That's an interesting that you asked that question because we're really dealing with that right now. Because we have we want to see, since we know that if you think about think about the clitoris, or think about the G spot, or think about the cervix, that those that the corresponding part of the body of the brain map for those parts of the body, those become activated. So one question is whether women who can think themselves to orgasm, do they think their genital activation, the brain representation of the genitalia into activity, and does that spread to the other systems that are involved in orgasm? How do they do it? We want to understand how they do it normally, and then the question is, what if we ask women to think about the genitals more intensively, or will they be able to intensify the response in their genital sensory cortex, and will that spread to other parts of the brain? Will that facilitate their orgasm? I mean, I think it could be very useful in women who say that they don't experience orgasms. It could be useful in women with spinal cord injury who can't feel their external genitals. Can they think their brain into greater activation, and will that facilitate their orgasm? It's a question that we are currently dealing with our brain research, and it's a very important and interesting question, and it could be therapeutically useful. One of the techniques that we've developed is to have the women in the scanner looking at their own brain activity in near real time. And the question is, if we can see our own brain activity in near real time in specific regions, can we voluntarily increase the activity of that part of the brain just by thinking about it? Just as we can think about moving our finger, and we can move our finger, we can wiggle our finger. We don't know what we do. We learn to do it as an infant because we got the feedback between what we see and what we do. Maybe we can do the same thing with the brain. If we see our own brain activity, maybe we can make it change, and maybe that's going to change the way we feel or the way we move. So this is a new technology of near real-time brain imaging, and with unlimited frontiers. We don't really know how far we can go with that, but it's a new approach.